Hey everybody, welcome to Lisa's Art Room. Today we are going to start on our Dephemerember collaborate. I paused because it said trying to reconnect. My collaboration with Barbara with 49 Dragonflies and Luise Heinzl are doing their yearly Dephemerember. And what that is, it's basically a play on the words December and ephemera. And they have been doing this for 3 years now. And what they do is they have like a prompt list, and you can participate and create things according to their prompt list, or you can they left some blanks so you can kind of fill in what you want to do, or get prompt lists from other people. But I'm going to do this. I am very late. I was sick and I didn't get it started, and then I debated on not doing it, and I just decided I'm just going to go for it, and I'm just going to do whatever I can. And I probably won't create everything or every day for sure, but we're just going to have fun and do some stuff till the end of the year and be a part of this. And then I will do it here live on my Facebook, and I will try to post it to my YouTube. That's the goal. It just depends on how big they are. Sometimes when they're 2 hours long, I can't do it, so I'm going to try to keep it down. But it sounds fun, right? So I'm going to try it, and I love watching Luise and Barbara all the time. So they're two regulars I watch on YouTube, and they're just awesome creators. Luise is one of Tim Holtz's makers now. She became a maker last year, so that's awesome. But this sounded like fun. It's not what I would say Christmassy. It's just ephemera in December. So it's not really got a Christmas theme per se, but that doesn't mean there won't be parts of it that are Christmassy, is the best way, I guess, to say. And they have a little craft buddy. So this is Ephy. Ephy is short for ephemera. It's EPHY. And he's on all their stuff. I think Luise made him up, and he's just it's kind of like a fantasy mouse kind of guy. He's got a wing. He's got like this little wing on here, and has his little hat and stuff. But he's super cute. So I made a little stuffed one out of some fabric, and Barbara with 49 Dragonflies has a little tutorial on how you can do that. So I followed her tutorial, and then I added a little hanger on mine. She talked about adding a hanger on hers, but she kept forgetting to do it. So I did do that because I thought it would be cute. I could just hang it on my door or something with a little hanger on it. So I put a little hanger on mine, but he's going to join us. He's supposed to give you inspiration and help you with your project. It's all cute and fun. So tonight I want to do just the base journal for it. I debated on how I was going to do it. At first I thought, well, maybe I'll just do some ephemera and just put it in a little container. But I decided to do a journal. So I've got this Amazon bag, just typical paper one with the foam inside it. And then I made up just some really basic sheets for the signature. And I didn't go too crazy. Honestly, I probably have more than I need. But if I don't use it all, I can always throw next year's in there too or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do with it. But so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do this. I was going to go with Christmas trees, and I changed my fabric. I decided to go with this dragonfly fabric I have. And then this I added just some splotches of paint to. It's just muslin. That's for the inside. And I went with that because all of their stuff, their freebies that they gave us, are very natural colors, kind of beachy, kind of nature, mushrooms, things like that. And I thought this would work better. So that's why, and that's about it. So tonight we're going to throw this journal together, and then Friday, tomorrow, I will do some sort of prompt. I don't think there's a prompt on here for tomorrow, so it's a blank, the 8th. So either y'all can give me a prompt or I can figure out one. I thought about going back and just catching up and doing some of the others, but it doesn't really matter. There's a few of these I'll be able to catch. I'm not sure what days I'm going to do. I'm leaning toward Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I know today's Thursday, but that's just because I just decided to do this last night and I wanted to go ahead and get the cover done. So that's kind of my plan. It's a very loose plan. We'll kind of see how it goes. But I hope y'all can join me, and I think it'll be fun. So let's go ahead and get the camera up top so I can get started on this journal. All right, 1 second. All right. Oh, I did it again. I forgot to pull you all up so I can see the chat. You keep doing that. All right, I know I turned that volume down. I did. Okay. All right, let me find my live. Oh, it's not showing. Let me refresh. Try that again. There it is. Okay. There is my phone. Let's get this Kindle going. So they have a whole bunch of freebies, guys. Y'all can go check out the posts. I linked everything in the description where I posted the post for this live, not this actual live because it's too long, but it is in the post that I posted, I guess, this morning at like 2 a.m. So just look for that post. It's got all the information for the links and everything on there. And if you have a question or you need one, just let me know and I'll get it for you. But there's a lot of freebies that both of them have, and you can go print out the freebies. They're super cute little things. I've cut some of these out already. And then they also have, both of them have Etsy pages. I think they're Etsy. One might be Ko-fi. I'm not 100% sure. It's either Ko-fi or Etsy. But they have pages where they are selling also their digitals, which they've got tons of digitals. So check all that out. Make sure you subscribe to their page or to their channels over on YouTube because they're really good. I know some of you already watch them and are familiar. Let's see if I can get this live. It seems way behind. Not that that's unusual. My Kindle's always way behind. All right, so let's see what we're going to do with this cover. It's going to take some sewing, so I'm going to have to pull the sewing machine up at some point, and we'll figure that out. Ephy's just going to sit here and cheer us on. I made that. There was the printout with this, or actually, I think it was him, had the word on there. I actually chopped it in half, but I glued it back together because I forgot to cut it out before I chopped the page up, which is so typical. But I wanted to do fabric. So I have never printed on fabric, guys. I've decided last night I wanted to do her little stuffed animal, Ephy. And I was like, well, how am I going to do that? How do you print on fabric? I really have no clue. I tried searching it up and figuring it out. It didn't have any of the things that they were saying to use. There was one said you can use like a spray tacky spray that you put down. Another said butcher paper and you iron it on the fabric. And there were several ways. What I ended up doing was I had this photo paper that is, it goes in your printer, and it's a Post-it note photo paper, and honestly, I don't use it. I hate it because every time I would try to print on it, for whatever reason, the texture of it my printer doesn't like it, and it always would skip like an inch or two and feed in bad, and no matter how many times I would try. So it was just kind of sitting there, and I was like, you know what, I bet I could pull off the backing on that and leave all the sticky stuff. So that's what I did. So I basically took the Post-it note printer paper, pulled off their backing before I used it, get it off of here. It sticks very well. So this is like the inside of the Post-it note, and it's got rows of sticky on it, but I even added some more sticky to it. I added a few lines using my scrapbook.com roller thing, and I just added them mostly on the edges to make sure it would feed in good. And then I just stuck some fabric on there. This is just an old sheet that I had, so I just stuck that on there, and then I trimmed the edges exactly around it, and then I stuck it in my printer and printed it, and it worked very well. So amazingly enough, it didn't jam or anything and worked well. So that was how I did it. I don't know if you all have methods of doing it, but it seemed to work. So I have a couple of things that I'm going to choose from. I don't know which one I want to use yet. I'm debating. I'm kind of leaning toward this one. I thought about using Ephy, but I already made the little stuffy, so I'm thinking I might use this one. They're all very pretty. And I kind of like the idea of having it soft. So that's why I printed the fabric. Who else on here? Hey Lori, hey Dawn, hey Nancy, and hey Dorothy. I don't know who else is on here. Oh, Angela, there you are. Welcome, ladies. So like I said, this one I just took some of my old muslin and I just splashed it with the gold. It's the Deco Art Gold that I use all the time. It's that really, really rich gold that I used on the sign the other day. And the brown is Vintage Photo in the ink spray. This blue is a re-inker I had in the, what color is that? Tumbled Glass. So it's a pretty blue. It's kind of like sea glass. So I just put it in a little bowl and watered it down a whole lot and just hit it with a brush, or like a toothbrush. And I just made spatters. And I just did the colors that were in this so that it would kind of match. So that I'm going to use for the inside. Let's move my prompt list. I got to make a pocket for that once we get the journal made. We'll set that there. And then I'm going to use this dragonflies for the outside along with this. And the dragonfly fabric I've had for really, really, really long time. I don't know where I got it. Probably Joann's, but it is called, does it say even? 2018. That's not near as long as I thought. Interesting. I would have had to have bought that here. It doesn't say a name, at least not on this. So I can't tell you the name. But it's cute. It's blues and greens. And just different shades of blues and greens, really. It's not a lot to it, but it's pretty. So I went ahead and just tore them out to fit the journal. And you've seen me do these before, I know. These are pretty easy to do. So I had the envelope from some package, and I'm just going to basically sew it on here. So it does have the opening. I could do a pocket at the top if I wanted. The problem with that is because I'm sewing it, I would have to worry about how to go around that, and I don't think I want to deal with having the pocket. I don't think I really need it for this, so I'm just going to close it all up. And I'm just going to loosely glue this on here because I'm going to sew it. So let's see, how am I going to tack that on there? I'm debating if I want to use just a glue stick or something. I don't like glue sticks. I'm just going to use my art glitter. I'm just going to put a little bit on here. I'm not going to put much. I'm not going to do where I'm going to sew because I don't want it to mess with anything, and I'm going to sew on that outside edge. So I'm going to keep the glue just inside. And just a little bit, just to kind of keep it in place while I'm sewing. I don't think I want to glue the whole thing down. I don't know, maybe I do. I don't know. I think I'm just going to sew it. I'll put a little bit of glue here. Enough to keep it in place. I really haven't thought this through, but it'll be fine. This should just barely fit. Let me do it from this side so I can see. Yeah, I tried to leave it just on the outside so that I can, if I need to, I can trim it a little bit more. And I'm just going to let the edge hang over. This is really, either it's not square or the envelope's not square. Probably the fabric. Because I tore it, so you know how that goes. Close enough. All right. And we'll do this side. I could use Fabri-Tac, I guess. But usually this holds my fabric fine. Either is probably fine, honestly. I just didn't want to deal with a lot of glue. And it should hold fine once it's sewed on there. I think so. This doesn't really have a top or a bottom per se. Okay. Like I said, I don't think these edges are. I'll just probably trim it a little bit to make it look decent, but my edges aren't quite lining up, which they did when I had them laid down, so I don't know what I did. Is that backwards? Really? I put it on backwards, guys. I'm going to do it again. You see how easy that came off. Once it dries, it wouldn't come off that easy, but it wasn't quite dry. I didn't think about there being two sides to my splotchy fabric, but there really is. The gold particularly is much more noticeable on this side. I'm not real worried about the glue being on there. So once it dries, you won't know. There, that's prettier. You can see that gold is shiny on this side, not the other side. Okay, good enough. So we're going to sew this and hope I can get it in there kind of straight. And I'll trim all that after I sew and maybe fray it a little bit better. So let's give it a shot. I've got black thread in my sewing machine, which isn't ideal probably. Probably should have switched it out, but I didn't, so we're just going to go for it. Okay, let me see if I can get my sewing machine up here. I like fabric. I like the feel of fabric better than hard stuff. Alright, let's see if I can figure out how to do this. It's always challenging getting the sewing machine up here. Alright. Y'all aren't going to be able to see super well, I know. I apologize, but it's one reason I don't sew a whole lot on camera. Let's see if I can go plug it in. Oops, I got my mic on. I'm going to rip it out of my thing if I'm not careful. Alright. Okay, let's give this a shot. See if the sewing machine will cooperate. How much can you see? A little bit? You can kind of see a little bit. I'm going to try to do it right there. And I'm just going to try to hit the bag. So hopefully I can do it. I think it's folded in half with the bag, so. But my cutting is horrible. I think I'll go on the, I'm debating on which side I want to go on. I think I'll go on the white side because I can see it better. Although that puts the fabric on, the thread on this. I'll do this side. I'm just going to try to see it. I hope I can see it. I've got this on my straight stitch because it's the most not great. It fights me all the time. So we're going to see how it goes. Let me get this out of the way. I'll just set it over here on the floor. Okay, here we go. I can feel it kind of, so. I'm tempted to mark it. You know what? I'm going to mark it because I'll never keep any kind of a line if I don't. So I'm just going to mark. I'm going to mark where my bag is, and then I can, if I have to, I'll erase it. I'm just going to mark the edge of the bag with a chalk pencil. That will help a lot, I think. I'm not the best sewer in the world. I do okay, but it's not really my thing. Boy, that's way off there. As long as I can get the fabric to cover the bag, that's all I need. And I'm just going to stay just, wow. Girl. Look how far off I am. You think it's going to cover? Might show. It's like, do I trim it or do I move the fabric again? I think I trim it. I've got too much bag on this side. All right, I'm just going to really quickly trim that, which is going to be a little bit of a challenge, but probably easier than pulling the fabric off. I just don't want that little bit of brown showing through. And I have enough room. I left, oops, I got a little piece of green there. Hold on, let me get that out of there. Where's my tweezers? Get out of there. Okay, everything clear? I don't want to cut it. All right, I'm gonna go for it. Where's my cutter? I'm showing you all the hardest way to do this. I put this fabric together last night at like 3 a.m. so I wasn't probably in the best frame of mind for doing it. Kind of half awake. Not that I don't always stay up late, but all right, let's try that. All right, now I get that last line in there. Just on the edge. There, that train is back again. That train, I don't know why we have so many trains in the winter. Do y'all know why? Why do trains run more in the winter? What is up with that? It seems like we get them on the hour, every hour. Sometimes more. Because I know I just heard one at 9. Because I was about to go live and I was like, ah, there's that train. And I know some of you are like, well, why does it matter? And it's like, it matters because it dings me for copyright. So they think it's music. It's so annoying. Alright. I'm just going to try to stay just inside that line. Here we go. If I can. board sitting there holding my tripod. Go around twice. Look at my sewing machine. What is up with that? No matter what they do to the tension, it doesn't matter. It always does this. It just doesn't. It's got to be a tension thing. I don't know what's wrong with it. My old sewing machine never did that. This one is not happy. Okay, I think I'm going to go around one. I don't know. Let me make sure I got all the edges. As long as I grabbed everything and didn't miss anything, I might be all right. Feels okay. All right, I'm going to go around just outside that. I'm debating. Zigzags are not. Me and zigzags in this thing do not get along, so I've tempted to do a zigzag, but I know it's gonna create problems, so I'm just gonna stay on the outside of this. I'm on the wrong side. I just realized it. I'm like looking at it like, wait, that stitch looks awful pretty compared to that other one. Do I bother? It's not that bad on the front, actually. But I am going to continue on the front. I was like sewing around. I'm like, wait a minute. That's the wrong side. Time I make the turn, in case you don't sew, you make sure your needle is down, and then you lift your foot and then you turn it, and the needle keeps it in place. Will do. Okay, got the sewing done. I'm probably not going to sew the pieces on. I'll probably glue those because I don't think I want to try to sew that. I don't think I can lift that off before I unplug it. So, hopefully you guys could hear me. I know I unplugged my mic. Oops, what was that? Oh, it was the handle. I'm like, what was that noise? handle falls all the time on the thing. Okay, get this off of there. Remember to put my mic back on. So y'all can hear me. Doesn't matter while I'm sewing, I guess. You didn't have to hear anything really. Not too much anyway. Alright, sewing machine's out of the way. Okay, let's see, how are we? you sewed in home economics, me too, yeah. I don't think they do that anymore. So much work I put in. Aw, thank you, Miriam. Okay. So, let's see. Scissors. So I think I'm just gonna trim this so that it's a little more even. Just this side here. Other than that, it's not horrible. It's just this side's a little off. So I'm gonna trim it. Where is my... Try to use my rotary, and then I'll fray it back again. So it looks like we've got about 1/4 of an inch. I'll try to take off about 1/4 of an inch. I probably should have folded it first. I'm just not going to cut through you. Okay. Let me just double check folding. It's actually not too bad. Cool. Okay. Alright, let me fray that back. Alright, Ephy, you helping? Our little helper. I think he's so cute. I showed my daughter him, and she was trying to steal him. She's like, oh, it's so cute. Like, it is cute. God, I hate that. It's like just awful stitching. There we go. Now it's all frayed. Alright, not too bad. Not too shabby. So there's our base. So we're going to make it pretty on the front. And I think I'm really leaning toward this one. I think it's just so pretty. Like I said, I do like him, and I may use him somewhere else. He was supposed to be the other side of this, but my printer skipped like an inch, and it didn't print the rest of his wing. So I couldn't use him on the back. He was supposed to be the back of it. So I just kept it and just put some muslin on the back. Just some plain fabric. So that's why I have that, because there's a double-sided print freebie that Barbara did. I think that one. So this comes in, you know, in the digital. You can print it on cardstock or whatever. It's very pretty. It came out a lot lighter on my fabric, but it's still actually really pretty. I kind of like the muted tone. So I'm thinking where I'm going to cut this, because I'm only going to cover, let me get these clips, so I'll have to fight that. I'm only going to cover just some of it. I don't want to cover the whole thing. So it's like, do I want some of the flowers and some of the beach, or just the flowers? And do I want to put Ephy on there in the smaller version? I'm not sure. It's like I have the Dephemerember I cut out, so that can go either up here or down here. And then I have a couple of the Ephys I cut out. There's this one which is a front view of him. And then there's, I think they're all front views. Let me see if I can find them. I think they're just, I did slightly different sizes. Yeah, this one's a little bit bigger. This one he has some like driftwood in his hand. And this one he doesn't have anything. So I could add them, not add them, bigger or littler. I think that's the only two I cut out freehand. What do y'all think? Should I add Ephy? Don't add Ephy? I'm leaning toward this section of it, so I'm gonna cut around it and then I'll fray it. I may or may not fray it because I was thinking about putting this lace on here. I've got this lace. I was thinking about putting this on the edge, so I may not bother fraying. Or I may fray it and let the fray hang off the other side of the lace. Add them? Okay. Do you like the bigger or the little? Driftwood guy or non-driftwood guy? They're both cute. I think I'm going to set them on top of the words. Even though my words are very cute if I set them on top of the words. So I could use that one or this one. They're both cute. The little? Okay. Little guy it is. Alright, so let's cut this out. Let me figure out how much room. I think I'll go fairly close to that. Because I'm going to get some of the beach, I think. Alright, I think I got it. So, debate how I want to do this. So I'm thinking I'm going to fray it. I'm going to try fraying it a lot. We'll see how this, I don't know how this sheet material frays, honestly. It probably doesn't fray great. It's like I said, it's an old sheet. I'm going to try to get this on my grid so I can be somewhat straight. We'll see. Maybe. So we'll go about there to start with. Where's my rotary cutter? All right, Lace, get out of my way before I cut you. Almost. I never can get this thing to... It's a new blade, so it's not the blade. All right, and then... Let's see. How much room do I have? I tried to make it smaller, so I shouldn't have to take off too much. I'll go about there. I think if I do the lace on it, it'll look cute. And who knows how straight this edge is, because like it's printed fabric, so you never know what you're going to get. I'm trying to see. I think it's that line. Okay. And I think, let's see what looks good. I think about a bit bigger than that, maybe. That's probably close. I might do just a little bit more so I can fray it some. If it's too big, I can always go smaller. But if I do it too small, then I'm stuck. Let's see. We'll try about there. Okay, we'll save that. And it's still so pretty. That'd make a great tag. Or a fabric flip. Maybe one of those little flat fabric flips. That'd be pretty. Let's get the top of this. Hopefully this doesn't take me too long. I was hoping I could get to I would love to get to the prompt for today, which is, I think it's clocks and wings. Trying to decide if that's straight. Fairly straight. Okay. All right, let me fray that just a bit. And pointy tool. Let's see if it'll fray. I think it would look really cool if I have it frayed. I don't think I want quite that much sticking out. Yeah, it doesn't fray quite the same. It seems to fray a little odd. I'm sure I'm most likely not on the grain, which is probably the problem, because I just threw the fabric on there. So I'm sure I'm not on the grain. So it's never gonna fray perfectly because I'm not on the grain. But if I can get it to just look a little bit, I think, rough. And then what I might do is I'm debating if I want to let some of it show on the outside of the lace or just not fray it and cover it up. I don't know. What do y'all think? Not fray it and cover it up? Because I think because the fraying is, because it's not on the grain, maybe I shouldn't fray it. If it was on the grain, it would be better. All right, we'll just not fray it because I think it's just going to create problems. All right, so make sure I still have room for him. I put that there and put this. Hopefully I have enough. I'm sure I do. Yeah, there's plenty. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. All right, we're just not going to fray it because it's going to never ever fray right. So let's glue this down first. About there, I think. I'm so happy that the colors work. I wasn't sure. Let me check out the lace position for the bottom. If I do that and then set him there. Yeah, that works. Okay. So this is, it's just a little bit wrinkly. All right, we're going to use Fabri-Tac. I have no idea because this is inkjet, so it's not permanent. No idea what Fabri-Tac is going to do to that. I might test it. Let's see. I'll probably put it on this instead of this, but I want to kind of see. Oh my gosh. Come on. I want to see how bad it affects it, if it does or not. All right. It actually doesn't go through too bad. I think it'll be all right. All right. That was just a little scrap. I'm just going to set it aside. I think it'll be all right. All right. So let me just measure this where I want it. And then I'll put the glue on the base. So where's my pencil? There you are. All right, so about there. 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 This way I can try to keep the glue where it belongs. All right, let's go for it. Come on, glue. I'm going to spread this out a little bit once I get it down. Okay, I'll spread it with my little plastic thingy, just so it doesn't have lines as much. We're gonna go for it. All right. It'd probably be ideal to sew it, but I don't know. I'm not gonna sew it. Wrinkle out of there. Awesome. I might trim off this. Really don't want it sticking out frayed now that I decided not to fray it. Come on. All right, that's good. We'll do the lace first. So I think I'll do, debating if I want the sides on the top or I think I'll do the bottom and the top. So we're going to do the bottom and the top on the top, and then these on the side. Just about like that. Covers a lot of the green. I might come in just a little. I want to see some of the green. Yeah, we'll come in just a little bit. I still have room for Ephy. All right, let's do that. Hopefully it doesn't, it's going to show. Oops, the corner's coming up. Stay down. It'll probably show through this just a little bit on the lace. But I can throw some powder or something on it. I have no idea if there's a top and bottom of this, probably. That glue started drying, I think, in a couple of spots. Stay down. Yeah, it's definitely lifting on my edges. Is it lifting down here? Just a little. Okay, that's better. Okay. I think. I have it all over my fingers. Looks a little crooked. pull off the Fabri-Tac. Okay, and this piece. There, and it's crooked. I hate these scissors. I don't know why I'm using them. They're not my favorite scissors. Come on. So how many of you were familiar with Dephemerember? Did you all know what it was? Have you seen any of the videos yet over on YouTube? I watched it a little last year, and I think that's probably the first I'd ever seen it. I've thought about going back and catching the videos, and I just never have. You had no idea? That is not catching there. Come on. This fabric must be really absorbent. It's just sucking all that glue up. You thought I misspelled it? It's a tough word. Yeah, it is definitely an odd word. It took me a while to be able to say it because I kept messing it all up. String. Okay. Cute. It's so pretty. It's very botanical looking, or kind of botanical beachy. So I need to ink him. He's got some white showing. So let me find my ink. Where did I stick it? No. A pile about 10 deep of these boxes. Okay, it's not in any of them. Oh, there it is. There it is. All right, we're gonna ink him up. He's a funny little creature. At first I thought he was a mouse, but he's got wings. So he's a very fantastical creature. All right, that's good. And then where's my words? We're not going to ink that or nothing. Okay, so I'm going to put this under, like right there, and then I'm just going to have them sit on the top of it. Yeah, that works. Okay. This is too low. wouldn't glue on top of this otherwise. Okay. Ephy on there. I guess we'll Fabri Tac or art glitter. I think I'll go with art glitter. I don't have to wait for it to dry as long. Okay. What is it again? Dephemerember. It's just the two words December and ephemera combined to make one word. And basically it just means a project where we're doing lots of ephemera inspiration in December. It's pretty simple. But fun. All right, so there's that. And there's lots of videos out there already. So y'all go check them out, those links I gave you. So you can see all the other stuff. So we're going to get the signature pages in here. Get my ink out of the way so Ephy doesn't get all dirty. Okay. I think that's cute. It's fairly simple, but cute. Serves the purpose. And I'll have to decide if I want a pocket or anything. And then if I want a closure. I should probably do something for a closure. I don't know. What could I do? I didn't put any string through there, so I hadn't really thought it through, I guess. If I put a grommet, 2 grommets. I haven't thought this through, guys. Ephy, you were supposed to catch that mistake. He's not doing his job, guys. He's not keeping me on track. All right, let me think. What kind of a cover latch can I do? I could just tie string around it or something, but I don't know. It's not going to be super thick, I don't think. If I throw a couple of grommets on there, and I could just lace some string through the grommet, or not grommets, eyelets. Eyelets. Gosh, why can't I say that word? I really don't know, guys. I have such the problem with saying eyelets. And I know what they are, I just don't say it right. Alright, let's see. That color. That color. It's going to be over here. I mean, it's 1/2 dozen the other, but I kind of like the black just slightly better. All right, I don't know. I think this will work. I think. I say that loosely. All right, let's try this. So let me get my crocodile. I think I just need this one. And I'll figure out fabric in a minute. Let's find the center, thereabouts. And I think I'm just gonna, I think I'll put one on each side and just do it that way. All right, so center. Oh, that's not white. Where's my white one? So, do you hear that train again? I mean, it's literally every 30 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4.5. So about there. I'm going to try to put a grommet there. Eyelet. Try to put an eyelet there. Get the right size. All right, let's see what happens here. Think about, I don't want it to fray. I'm coming in just a little bit. Hopefully I'm going to hit the in between the two pieces of thread. Let's see. All right, I don't know what setting I have this on. What does that say? A? I think that's right. Yeah. All right, it should be on the right setting. Okay. Feasible. Do I want the good side on the inside or the good side on the outside? I think the outside. Let's see if I can put it in the right spot. Wrong side. Ripped my thread out. Can't see through it. Yep. I'll go from this side, I think. I hope this works. It's probably not, I don't know if it's the strongest way to do it, but as long as we don't get too crazy with how much pressure we put on it. Should be all right. All right. I'm trying to decide if that's, I think it's all right. All right, I'm gonna throw some glue. Just a little bit of glue on this thread here. It's trying to pop up on me. I don't want it to come loose, so I'm just gonna catch those edges. Just in case. Oh my goodness, can't hit the hole. All right, let's see. Thread, or not thread, but cord. I have this. This isn't bad. It's the same thing I used on him. It's not bad. I don't think it's too thick. I don't know that I have anything thinner. Let me look real quick. That's my thread. Ribbons. I don't have a lot of ribbons, honestly. The browns. I don't have a lot, so we'll go with that. I think it'll work. So what I'm thinking I will do is just how do I want to tie it on there? If I go through, why am I not thinking right, guys? I know there's a way this works. I think I just want to tie one to each one. I'm just debating if I want 2 strings, just 1 string, and just have the knot there. It'd probably look best if I just sewed it. I might come back and sew it. I think for right now, I'm just going to tie a knot. We'll see how the knot looks. It might not be horrible. But I might come back and sew it. I don't know. It won't be that hard to untie if I do decide to do that. So I think from about there, how much do I have? I'll go about, I'm almost out of this. I need to buy some more of this. That's probably way more than I need to tie a bow. Let's see. How much do I need to tie a bow? Probably only like 6 inches, maybe. I don't think this will fray. It's like a grosgrain, something like that. How much will it fray? It will fray a little. So I might have to tack that with something. I think I'll end up sewing this. I'm going to knot it on here for now, but I might come back and sew it. I hope that's long enough. I think it is. I'm going to find out real soon. Once I unknot it, I'll have even more, but that went a little too far. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, honestly. I just can't think today. So we're just going to knot it for now. Yeah, that should be plenty of room. If not, I'm in trouble. So, and then we'll just tie it like that. Yeah. It's feasible. It'll look prettier, though, without the knot, so I will sew it. But I'm not going to get the sewing machine out and do it right now. I'll just come back and sew it after the live and show you guys what it looks like later. So this is going to go in. So we're going to sew the signature in real quick. And we will have ourselves a journal. Just make sure that everything is the right direction. There's a couple of things in here that have direction. Kinda. There's writing and then there's music notes. I think everything's that way. Okay. So 5 or 3? Probably a 5. I don't know. Let's see. What color thread do I want? I have some pretty green there. Like a, this is kind of a bluish, almost a turquoise. It's not bad. It's kind of a blue-green. I think that other green's too bright. We'll go with that color. All right, 1, 2, 3. And probably have one, a guide that will fit already. Let's see. There's a 5-hole. Is that the right size? That is really close. I can work with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, that's a 5-hole. Where's my instruction one? There it is. Always have to keep my cheat sheet because I can't remember. I can't remember which holes first and which holes last and all that stuff. Let's go with that one. All right. So we got our awl, we've got our needle, and we've got our waxed thread. Okay, and let's clip this, make sure that it's nice and flat and snug. Okay, there's that. And I'm thinking about putting them at the same time. Sometimes I do some, gosh, I might take that off. It's gonna drive me nuts. I'll tie this back on after I'll sew it back on later, but you kind of know what I'm doing anyway. I don't want to deal with it right now. If I can get it off there. I can't untie a knot because I don't have fingernails. If I can get a hold of it. There. It's just going to tangle on me. Oh, come on. I always joke that I would be a failure on Survivor trying to untie their knots. You know how they have the challenges all the time and you have to untie knots? That would be it for me. That would be my downfall. And I would lose the whole game because I can't untie a knot. And it's a true struggle, guys. I kid you not. And that's not even a pun. Oh, goodness. Okay, I'll sew that on later. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and sandwich this in. Get it even. Am I still right side up? Yeah. Okay. And I'm going to clip it to the book. I think I can do it all at once. If it's thin enough and I haven't already added the ephemera and everything, usually I can sew it all at once. But otherwise I do each part separate. And if you don't know what I mean, just go watch any of my tutorials where I've done a cover and you'll figure it out. But just want to make sure that it's seated in there nice and snug and it's even and on the right side. And then we're going to grab our little template and that says top. It doesn't really matter because I'm not moving it, but well, that's the goal. We shall see. Will these reach? Maybe, yeah. I'm going to clip it on while I punch the holes. Just because it's easier for me. Some people can hold it. I can't hold it. Okay, there. So nice and seated. Feels good. So you want it to be closed when you punch your hole because having it a little closed makes it come out in the middle. Okay, and we're just going to put it in each of these little guys. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, hole number 1 is the center, in through number 1. I like to attach my tail so that I don't pull it all the way through. You don't have to, but it does keep me from pulling it through. All right, 2 is I go down, so down to the next hole. Let's see if I can, hopefully it'll go right through, if I can find the hole. Let's see, I'm kind of feeling. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Oh, I forgot to take a thing out, guys. Don't do that. If you forget to take this out, then you have to rip it out. And that's not good. You don't want to have to rip it out, because then you have to make another one. All right, I can grip. I can't do it with one hand. All right, tail, get back on there. All right, back to where we were. Try that again. Where's that hole? It's so hard to see because it's very dark. All right, is that it? Come on. I came out. Oh my God, hit the hole. Logically, it should just go right through. But sometimes it just it doesn't want to. Oh, what is that? Oh, did you not? What? Oh my goodness, guys. It doesn't like me. Hold on. I got a knot. I don't know how I managed that. But I did. Let me try to untie it. What? At some point it twisted on itself. And I didn't catch it. Alright, I think I got it. You can't tighten it if there's a knot. That will never work. So I gotta get the knot out first. There. Alright, we're gonna get this done, I promise. I just keep running into problems. There we go. Alright, one more time through this hole. What is it, third time? Third time's the charm, I guess. If I can find the hole. There it is. Alright. And then, so that was 2. And then 3 is the bottom. Make sure I don't catch on anything. 3. And then, is that right? Where's 4? 4's right there. Okay. It's like, gosh, I can't even see it, guys. 4. Back through this one. Try not to split it. You don't want to split it. If you split it, you will have all kinds of problems. And by splitting it, I mean going through the other thread that's already there. You do not want to do that. So it can be tricky. Just going to try scooch it over just a little bit. Got it. Nope. I don't know where it came out. It did not come out in the middle. It came out somewhere. Try it again. No, I'm not feeling it. Come on. Don't fight me. Why are you fighting me? Oh, I don't know where that's coming. Hold on. All right, hole. Where are you? Sometimes you have to use your awl and repoke the hole. I need like 6 hands. Some people say signature sewing is easy. I don't think so. I always fight. Especially the dark fabrics. Come on. It's like the hole is like right there, and it's just not, I don't know where it's going. There. It was going somewhere. Not where it was supposed to be going. Alright, so that was 2, that was 4, 5. You skip a hole, so we go up to the next one, not the middle one. Skip. The inside's always so much easier. And then 6 will be the top. If I can find the hole. Oh, I gotta turn it. I can't work left-handed. I cannot feel that hole at all. Let me just poke it again. Sometimes it just gets the slightest bit off. It doesn't take much. Because it should just go right through. Alright, so that was 6. 7 is back into the hole just below it. Don't split the thread. Anytime you're working with one where there's already a thread, you got to be super careful that you do not go through the thread. Because if you go through it, you can't tighten it. It will not tighten no matter how much you pull. So, let me make sure. I don't think I did. No. Okay. And then back through the middle. And that is the last one. Which I always find to be one of the more difficult holes. Let me get my tail so I can get it out of the way. I'm trying to push it to one side. Come on, hole. Cooperate. I might have to stick the awl back in there. We'll see. Did I get it? I think I got it. Okay. Root. Whew. Come on. Alright, so now I'm just gonna, you want to make sure that you are on each side of your middle piece. So this is your bridge. You want to make sure your threads are around the bridge, okay? And have them whatever length you want them. You can just start tightening. And sometimes you have to kind of work it. I'm going to straighten that one up just a little bit. Where does that go to? That one. Sometimes you have to just play with it, and at least that's what I do. I don't know if everybody does that or not, but it works for what? Which one is it? Okay, this one's tight. This one's tight. And then this one. No, this one. There. And then, is it that one or that one? That one. Ah, there. I've seen people just tighten it by pulling them. I can never do it. Not too bad. Could be just a tiny bit snugger. I'm just going to pull it just a little bit more. One more time. Oh, this one. The hard part is remembering which one to pull. Once you kind of figure out which string goes to which spot, it gets easier. Which one is that? That one is this one? Yeah. All right, I think I got it. Let's see how tight that is. And snugger is better. At least make sure these aren't flopping all over the place. All right, and then you want to double knot it. Just do a square knot, left over right, right or left. You can cut your tail off or you can leave it. It's up to you. I usually leave a little bit in case I want to put charms on there or anything later. All right, so there is that. Finally. Okay. And like I said, I'm just going to sew these on here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to feed them through. Yeah, I might hand sew it. I don't know. But I think I'm just going to sew it just like that. Just right along the edge there. What I could do is just stick a little glue on there for right now. And then I'll come back and sew it. So I think that'll just work better. And then there's no knot that's taking up, bulking it out. So I'm just going to put a drop of glue there. And then I'll come sew it. A little bit of glue. And then it's not going to be a difficult sew. If I had thought about it, I probably would have just ran a string through the whole book before I sewed it together. So if y'all are doing one, oops, I'm the wrong way. I want that on the inside. I'll do this one, this side, like that, about there. Just by tacking it, it'll just help me while I'm sewing it, honestly. And I'll sew a stitch back and forth on there just to make sure it's strong. And that'll work very nicely, I think. Okay, so there is that. For right now, I don't want to put any pressure on that, so I'm just going to clip it. Okay, so I want to get a pocket in here for my prompt list. Where's my prompt list? I stuck it somewhere. There it is. So let's do a pocket. Actually, I don't need to clip it. Let's do a pocket right in the front here. So I'm just going to put one there. And I had a couple of the freebies cut out here. Let's see. Maybe that one. That one or that one. Oops. That one. It has to be one of these shapes so it'll hold the prompt list. Could do that one or that one. So that'll go like that or that. I like that color better. I'd like the mushroom, but it cuts off the top. I wish she had left it higher. That's the only part of that I don't like. All right, let's do this one. I think, I wonder. I'm gonna Fabri-Tac it. I'm a little worried about it holding well. I'll probably have to clip it for a second. Just because it's cardstock on fabric. I didn't ink it, but that's all right. It doesn't have to be inked. I'm not going to stress about that. So I'm going to stick that on there and I'm going to just clip it so it'll dry. They're on the floor. All right. We'll let that dry for a minute. And then that will go just like that. Quick and easy. All right, so we don't have time to do the tag, I don't think. So I will do it something Friday. So y'all have to let me know what you want me to do for a prompt on Friday. Do you want to make up something? Y'all have any thoughts? Today's was clocks and wings, so we'll just skip it. It doesn't matter. There's plenty of days in here between, oh my God, I have so much Fabri-Tac. There's plenty of days in here for us to do things. I'm going to be peeling this stuff off my fingers for a week. But, so that's, the 8th is Friday. Where's it? Pencil. Pencil, where are you hiding? Tomorrow is Friday, so I am on Friday. Saturday I'm not on. Sunday is my stencil Sunday, so probably not doing anything that day. And then Monday is Halloween meets Christmas. We can do something there. We can do Monday. And then Tuesday, Wednesday is Magical Creature. We can do that one. Thursday. And then Friday is the 15th. So we'll do something there. I don't know what. And then Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And then we can do Monday, Plaid and Polka Dot. And Wednesday is Recycled Fairy. And then something on Friday. And then Christmas is in here somewhere. Oh, it looks like they're doing something Christmas. I'm not going to do Christmas, sorry. There ain't no way. That's the 25th, right? So, not on Xmas, so nothing there. We're not doing the friendship bracelet. And then that is, what day? Monday? Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday is spaghetti box window. So we'll try to do those. I know, Kiba. I'll let you out in a second. So that's the plan for right now. And we'll see how that goes. All right, guys. But if y'all can think of something for these Fridays, y'all think of something, okay? Let me know what your thoughts are. Let's see if that's dry. Feels dry. All right, so hopefully this is fun. Y'all like it? I needed something to do, so I wasn't coming up with anything. So that's what we're going to do. I'll sew this, and you'll have it. It'll be sewed when you guys come back. But that is our cover. Oops, I missed. That is our cover. And there's Ephy. And I hope y'all enjoyed that. And I will see you guys on, what is today? Thursday, Friday, tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, and tomorrow we will do something. If y'all don't come up with a prompt for me, I'll pick something and we'll just wing it. But I'd love it if y'all could come up with some ideas and just post them in the comments. Okay? Try to think of something. Because it would be fun, you know, for you guys to challenge me with something for me to come up with. That's always fun. All right. Kiba's over there being so patient. We will see you guys tomorrow. You have a wonderful rest of your evening. Y'all take care. All right. Bye-bye. don't know why that doesn't look focused.